Live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And now this would be where I'd have some sort of a, tease for opening night and all that, but I really don't. So welcome back to the broadcast, everybody. I'm Ron Juckett. This is game 2 of our doubleheader for opening day 1949. Well, it's the second opening day. It's April 19th. 1949, a Tuesday, and we are in St. Louis to watch the Browns. Really, to watch the Browns host the world champion Cleveland Indians. Cleveland is one of 5 teams in the American League that finished within a 500 or above record. The American League was competitive, and again, at the end of it, it really should be the Yankees or the Red Sox. St. Louis, 'twas not. They lost over 100 games. They really can't pitch. They really can't hit. And they really can't field. But they hosted Cleveland, and therefore they get the streaming game from Sportsman's Park. You're going to see a lot of Sportsman's Park this replay because the Cardinals are also here, and the Cardinals are very, very, very much a part of this replay. So there you have it. Bob Feller and the Christmas baby, Ned Garver, going at it next as Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Replay 1949. Tonight, from Sportsman's Park in St. Louis, Missouri. Open up a Falstaff. That's right. And watch the world champion Cleveland Indians play the St. Louis Browns. And tonight's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Can't get enough of your ball, baby. Yes, 1949 indeed. Sniper Frog, how are you? Thanks for the follow. Did I mention meter 99 yesterday? And IU Mike. So Ned Garver. And a name that even I've heard of Ned Garver. He is the ace of the St. Louis staff, which is kind of saying that that would be me on the high school basketball team. It's possible, but it's not really there. Go Browns, pull the upset. Okay, Garver, 12-17 in 49 with a 3.98 ERA. In 223 and 2/3 innings, he allowed 245 hits, 14 homers. He walked 102 and struck out 70. Garver, as we said, a Christmas baby. Oh, is a baby indeed. He's 23 years old in 1949. He is a ground ball, fastball pitcher, and that fastball tops out at 85. He is actually an above-average pitcher, which is kind of scary with a whip of 1.551 and an opponent's batting average of 277. Bobby, how are you? And this will be the lineup he will face. The world champion Indians will send Dale Mitchell to lead it off in left field. Larry Doby will bat second and play center. Lou Boudreau, the player manager. Holy cow, it's a Cub game. Nope, it's not. He's a shortstop. He'll bat third. Joe Gordon is at second. He'll clean up. Mickey Vernon with the V. This is a pretty good lineup for Cleveland. Is at first and will bat fifth. Ken Keltner, who is not on the top of Joe DiMaggio's Christmas card list, is at third. He'll bat sixth. Kennedy, it's the first name I don't know, is in right field. He'll bat seventh. Mike Hagen's behind the plate. He'll bat eighth. And Rapid Robert Feller is on the mound. He'll pitch and bat ninth. And defensively for your St. Louis Browns, Al Zarilla is a 2 and a 2 in left. Lehner, that's the principal's name, is an 8 and a 2 in center, and Kokos, K-O-K-O-S, is a 7 and a 10 in right. That's pretty good. Not John Dillinger, is a 5 at third. And L.A. Pellegrini, former Red Sox player, is a 5 at short. Jerry Pretty, an 8 at second. Graham is a 5 at first. Sherm Lawler is a 6 and a 5 behind the plate. He will find a ton of success with the White Sox. And Ned Garver is an 8 on the mound with a .919 fielding percentage. Dale Mitchell digs in at .317, 23 triples, 3 homers, and 56 RBI. Bob Feller stated, quote, well, he's not stating much anymore, that he wouldn't reach the 5th inning if he was pitching during today's pitch count era. Computers got him pegged for 130, Garver for 125. And with all that, pitch to Mitchell is a liner into left field. Zarella will pick it up. And that is a single. And you see, Mr. Gardner, that's one of the new things in the game, is it tells you what kind of hit it is. Larry Doby, 280, 24 homers, and 85 RBI. Got him. A 1-2 fastball at 84, swung on and missed. Yep, again, this is from the high heat. I actually had 6 choices for Sportsman's. And the more modern one, of course, had the Budweiser and the Cardinals logo on it. And that's not what they used. It was Falstaff, and of course the stadium was shared. Lou Boudreau at 284, 4 homers, 60 RBI, and a World Series winning manager. Runner goes, ground ball to Graham, takes it to the bag himself for the out. And Mitchell will move to second. For the former Yankee, Joe Gordon, 251, 20 homers, and 84 RBI. Browns, one of the last teams ever to wear the white hat. Cincinnati, of course, would. Cleveland in the dark blue hat with the red C. And I imagine, you look at that Indian logo up there. Yeah, the ball is nice. There are kids that would have nightmares looking at that thing. Pitch to Gordon. Here's a fly ball to left. Zarilla and the bullpens will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Indians get a hit and leave a runner on. Half an inning in the books. Looks like your librarian's at the plate and Bob Dillinger, doesn't it? No score. So Bob Feller, one bad dude looking there. 15 and 14 been in the league about 13, 14 years at that point. 211 innings, an ERA of 3.75. 190. Radar O'Reilly, maybe when Radar was on the farm. Well after the war. Late 60s picture of Radar for sure. 211 innings, 198 hits, 18 homers, 84 walks, and 108 strikeouts. He's only 30 in 46 or 49. Browns had some decent bats. We'll talk about them in a minute. And yes, the logo's much, much different. Rapid Robert made 28 starts, finished 15. Is a fastball pitcher at 92, and that is hard for the air, and a fly ball pitcher. And here's the lineup he'll face. Bob Dillinger leads off at third. Al Zarilla in left will bat second. Jerry Pretty at second will bat third. Graham cleans up at first. Kokos and right will bat fifth. Not my principal. Dr. Lehner will bat sixth and play center field. Sherm Lawler behind the plate will go seventh. Eddie Pellegrini will bat eighth. At short, and Garver, the Christmas baby, will bat ninth and threw 15 pitches in the first. Graham left the Browns after the season, and because the PCL, Pacific Coast League, offered more money. Wouldn't be surprised. Was Bill Veeck owning the Browns? Yeah, Bill Veeck had bought the Browns at this point, right? Have we done the Eddie Goodell game yet? Dale Mitchell, by the way, is a 6-4 and left. Larry Doby is a Woolworth player. He's a 10-5 in center. Kennedy is a 4-9 in right. Ken Keltner, off his days of Robin Joe DiMaggio, was a 4 at third. Louis Boudreau was a 6 at short. Joe Gordon a 5 at second. Mickey Vernon is a 10 at first. Hagan is a 7 and a 7 behind the plate, and Feller wasn't paid to field the ball. A 3 fielder with a 969 fielding percentage. And Radar O'Reilly hitting .324, a homer, and 51 RBI. You know, he could also pass for Harry Truman, and that would make more sense for Dillinger because we are in Missouri, and Truman was the president. By the way, 71 degrees, winds blowing right to left at 9. A beautiful day for the 9 people here at the ballpark. Pitch to Dillinger. That's up the middle, a base hit. Dillinger's got some speed. Zorilla won't be here, but that's what the Browns' hats kind of look like. That's just terrible. It looks like he could go out there and sell some hot dogs and peanuts. 250, a homer, and 6 RBI, and 56 at-bats for Al. Throw to first. Dillinger is picked off. Oh, there you go. So 1 out. Radar. Oh, Goodell's game was in 51, okay. But Vec owns the team, right? Radar, or Gary Berghoff, struck out Freddie Lynn, Steve Garvey, and forgot the third batter. Maybe it was like Suzanne Summers on an episode of Fantasy Island. And Tattoo, of course, would be the equivalent of Eddie Goodell. Pitch to Zarella. There's a line drive to Gordon, who leaps and makes the catch. 2 out. So Jerry Pretty, who used to be for the Yankees, at 290, 11 homers, and 63 RBI. The only electronic scoreboard in the majors in 49 would be at Yankee Stadium. All these are going to be hand-operated. Pitch to Pretty. There's a fly ball to right. Back goes Kennedy in the corner, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the second, no score. Yep, Sherm Lawler, 10 years from this one, would be the starting catcher for the go-go Chicago White Sox. Mickey Vernon, better known with his time with the National Senators, or NDC, 291, 18 homers. I don't remember him having that much power, but at 83 RBI. Garver delivers, and there's a fly ball to right. Kokos. 1 out. For Kenny Keltner, should be Ken. 232, 8 homers, and 30 RBI. Pitch. There's a line drive to right. Kokos is there. 2 out. So it's Bob Kennedy. Looks like a game show host. Vernon was Ike's favorite player. I bet he was. Someone yelled at me for ogling the old players this morning. What he does. Doesn't he look like he should be, hi there, welcome to Sale of the Century. Anywho, Kennedy at 276, 9 homers, and 57 RBI. Got him! Garver got him on a full count just below the belt. So that's 2 for Garver, and being Christmas time, why wouldn't you pitch well around your birthday? No runs, no hits, no errors. Inning and a half in the books, no score. So Jack Graham, and that S on his hat, Sacramento of the Pacific Coast League, 238, 24 homers, and 500 at-bats and 79 RBI. So some power if the Browns can get runners on. Feller starts the second, liner to third, Keltner is there, 1 out. It's Dick Kokos. Dick at 261, 23 homers, left-handed power here. And that would explain why the ballpark effect for home runs for lefties is plus 57%. And he drove in 77 on the year. No score, second inning. Between the Browns and the Indians. Got him! Feller got him to swing and miss at a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. So 2 out for Lehner. at 229, 3 homers, and 37 RBI. No scheduled stream tomorrow. And we'll figure out something for Christmas night. That'll be the next time we'll be with you. I'm not sure what we're doing yet. Pitch to Lehner is a little looper into right center field. That's going to drop for a hit. So Paul's on with a single. And that's 2 hits for Cleveland. Sherm Lawler, as we said, played for the White Sox, and I'm sure the Indians too. 261, 8 homers, and 49 RBI. And there's a liner in the right center field. That's a single. Lehner will go to third. Okay, so Vec, what possessed him to sell the Tribe to buy the Browns then? Yep, he signed Larry Doby, the first African-American player in the American League. Jamie thinks that Lawler came up with the Yankees, but of course would have been blocked by Bill Dickey and then Yogi Berra. Eddie Pellegrini, the former Red Sox, at 238, 2 homers and 15 RBI. Got him! He swung on and missed. And so Feller will strand 2. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the third, no score. And because someone is going to ask, what are the standings? This is what we got after day 1. The Braves are in first place in the National League with their 10-3 win over Philadelphia. And the Philadelphia A's beat the Washington Senators 4-2. And that is the standings. Hope you can make heads or tails out of that in the majors. It's Mike's dad, Jim, behind the plate. 224, 8 homers, and 55 RBI. In the left, foul. And somebody wearing a Cardinal hat made that catch. So 0-2 the count. Garver struck out 2 so far. Up the middle, Pretty. Over to first for the out. 1 out for Feller, who can hit. 236, 2 homers, and 10 RBI. Garver winds and deals, and there's a base hit right center field. Feller will hold with a single, and that's the second Cleveland hit. Brings up Dale Mitchell. Garver, 34 pitches through 9 batters, 2 in the 3rd innings. 2 hits and 2 strikeouts. Pitch to Mitchell. Chopper foul, first base side. And the count is 2-2. And Garver lost him. Yeah, the ball probably hit 10 seats before somebody picked it up. Yep. Brings up Doby, who struck out his first time up. Feller on second, who can run. He's a 5. Mitchell on first. No score. Top the 3rd. Indians and Browns. Opener for the Indians. Doby in the shallow center. Lehner will ride the swing and make the diving catch for the out. So 2 out. Feller will hold. How you doing, Tribe fan? Mr. Boudreaux. Try blow this. You can blame me. I'm managing the Browns. Boudreaux is 0 for 1. Pitch from Garver to short. Pellegrini flips it to Pretty, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. Cleveland strands 2. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. No score. Yep, it's 49. They're having the World Series hangover. Mr. Garver, 187 hitter and 2 RBI. Feller delivers in the left field. Mitchell, 1 out. Brings up Radar O'Reilly or Bob Dillinger or Harry Truman or Ike. Kind of looks like Ike there, too. He singled his first time up, 9 batters for Feller on 31 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, 3 hits, and 2 strikeouts. To second, Gordon over to first. Radar O. Eisenhower. That woke up the cat. Here's Zarella. Al is 0 for 1. I like that. Pitch to Zarella is a ground ball to Gordon in front of the bag, over to first, and the Browns are retired. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 4th, and it's still scoreless in St. Louis. So Commissioner Gordon is 0 for 1. Garver, born Christmas Day, 1925. Yep, Cleveland over Browns. Of course, the Cleveland Browns were in the AAFL in 1949. They weren't even in the NFL yet, but the quarterback was Otto Graham. Congratulations to the real Browns, a 10-game winner this year. So how long will it take for the St. Louis Browns to get there? Pitch to Gordon is ball 4, and so Joe draws a 4-pitch walk. And now I'll bring up Mickey Vernon, who's 0 for 1. And you lost him. So Garver has walked 3. That fastball at 83 is at the shoulders. Here's Ken Keltner. Ken is 0 for 1. Nobody out, top the 4th, in a no-score game. Keltner drops a bunt, throws to first, does Lawler, and that is an out. I saw the 10 there after I hit the pitch. So runners move to second and third. 1 out for Bob Kennedy, who struck out his first time up. Cleveland threatening here in the 4th. Ballpark effects +9 on the batting average for lefties and +2% for the righties. Lefties +57% chance of a home run. The righties -1. Kennedy into center. There goes Lehner, and that will be a catch. Gordon will tag, and Paul Lehner's going to throw home. The throw to the plate, Lawler, safe. The throw went up the line. Gordon will score standing, and it's 1-0 Cleveland. That brings Jim Hagan up. He's 0 for 1. Vernon on third. 2 out. Pitch from Garver. Here's a fly ball, right center field. Lehner will make the catch, and somebody's finally on the board. Cleveland gets a hit on the 2 walks, no hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Indians. So Jerry Pretty, Graham, and Kokos to face the always happy and effervescent Bob Feller. Pretty's 0 for 1. That's into left center. Doby comes in, 1 out. Jack Graham is 0 for 1. Jamie, that S is for Sacramento or Seattle? Pitch to Graham is a liner to right. Kennedy can't get there, and that's a single. So that's the 4th hit. And that'll bring up Dick Kokos, who struck out his first time up. In the right center, Doby will let that hit the wall. Graham will round third and try and score. Doby has an average arm. The throw goes in the infield, and St. Louis has tied up the game at 1. For Paul Lehner, who singled his first time up. And so if you're wondering about Jack Graham, he only played for San Diego and San Francisco in the minors and the teams that had S's. Okay. Right league, wrong city. Here's Lehner. Into right. Kennedy going way back there. That ball is out of here. Oh my goodness gracious. He hit that over the roof. And that's new. You can see where the ball went. And it's 3-1 St. Louis. Sorry, Tribe fan. Let's watch that again. Lehner just crushed that one. And that nearly hit the light tower. Allow. Browns are making a pennant run on their field goal. Opening day and everybody's got a chance. Lawler had a single his first time up. Feller kicks and deals. And there's a base hit in the left center field as the cat kicks me. 7th hit for the Browns. Yeah, that ball was crushed. Pellegrini struck out his first time up. Lou Boudreau kicking some dirt out there at short. Not going to pull Feller. Up the middle, Boudreau helps his own cause. Gordon for 1 over to Vernon, and that should be and is 2. But the 2-run shot by Lehner punctuates a 3-run, 4-hit inning. We go to the 5th. It's St. Louis 3, Cleveland 1. So Feller, who hit 2 home runs in the real year, singled to start his 49. Into right, Kokos, 1 out. So Garver, 62 pitches deep, 4 1/3 innings through 18 batters, 2 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 2. Mitchell has singled and walked a batter. Or walked. This time a ground ball to second, pretty over to Graham. 2 out. Larry Doby is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And he'll go down again. He swung on and missed an 86-mile-an-hour fastball. And that will be the inning. Halfway home here in St. Louis. It's the Browns 3, the Indians 1. We'll be back in a moment. So if you joined us late, here's how we got here. Bob Kennedy with the sac fly to make it 1-0 Cleveland in the 4th. Because that's the time in East Coast time, Lorenzo. Dick Kokos doubled home Graham to make it 1-1 in the bottom of the inning. TurboTax and Liquid Drino. What's that say about what you're eating at Christmas dinner, huh? And Paul Lehner with a 2-run homer to make it 3-1 Browns. And so the Christmas baby Ned Garver, a 2-hitter through 5, a run, and he's walked 3 and struck out 3. Bob Feller, 7 hits through 4, and the 3 runs in the 4th. He has struck out 2. Garver is 0 for 1. Feller? Yep. Well, not necessarily. I mean, the first 3 innings were scoreless. And then Lehner just boomed one near the light tower in right field. And here's a ground ball to Vernon over to first for the out. Not necessarily. 3-1 in the fifth. Bob Dellinger, or Radar O. Eisenhower, I like that, is 1 for 2. Feller threw 18 batters, 54 pitches, 4 1/3 innings, 7 hits. A 2-run shot to Laner, and 2 strikeouts. All 3 runs are earned. Yeah, don't look at that hit column and think that's the score. It's 3-1 St. Louis in the fifth. In the center, Doby comes in, 2 out. For Al Zarilla, who was 0 for 2. Pitch to Al, here's a chopper foul, third base side. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Feller, beautiful day, 76 degrees, wind blowing right to left at 12. And as with a lot of these older ballparks, the flagpole is in play. Popped up, left side, Keltner and Boudreaux converge. It's Keltner, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 6th, 3-1 Browns. And so Lou Boudreaux, Joe Gordon, and Mickey Vernon here in the 6th. Garver has held the Tribe. Runs galore. Okay, whatever. Garver has held Cleveland to 2 hits through 5. Into center field, Laner going back, 1 out. I don't know the dimensions of this part. Gordon walked and scored the lone Cleveland run in the 4th. 0 for 1. Into left, back goes Zarella. Is he going to run out of real estate? No, that's going to hit the top of the wall. Gordon will hold with his first double of the year. And that'll bring up Mickey Vernon, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. So the tying run at the plate for Cleveland. Yeah, Garver will hit the wall late. He had a decent career on some bad teams. Went 12-17 in 49 for this Brown team that lost over 100. Vernon, ground ball, base hit, left side. Gordon will hold. No, he's going to throw home. Going to run on Zarella. The throw to Lawler is in time. In time for the out. And there's 2 out. Zarella was well in on the grass. He scooped it up and threw a strike to Lawler. And there's 2 out and Vernon on first for Keltner, who's 0 for 1. Garver won 20 for the Browns and 51. Thank you for the lettuce. Pitch. Ball 4. So 4th walk for Garver. Vernon on second, Keltner on first. 2 out for Bob Kennedy. Bribery before Christmas. Struck out once, and here's a fly ball, shallow right center field. Laner comes in, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th in this slugfest. 3-1 St. Louis. So Pretty, Graham, and Kokos. That sounds like something you'd read in the society page. Pretty Graham Kokos was wearing something lovely at Chartreuse. Jerry is 0 for 2. Grease palms have worked wonders. That's what the girls at the bus station say, anyway. Pitch to Pretty is a fly ball to center. Doby going back, and that's gone. This is Sportsman's Park, Mr. Waterfield. And the Browns go up 4-1. So Bob Feller not having himself a good day. That's the 8th hit. Here's Graham. So San Diego or San Francisco with that hat? That's now the question. Graham singled and scored in the 3rd or the 4th. Up the middle, Gordon over to first for the out. So 1 out for Dick Kokos. Doubled, home a run, the first run of the game, in the 4th. He also has struck out. And Bob Feller looking quite amused out there. Okay, Jamie says guessing San Diego because he played for them in 48 and 50. It's 24 homers for St. Louis and goes back to the PCL. Wow. Pitch to Kokos is a bunt going down the line, throws to first, and Kokos is retired as Lorenzo opens up Football Manager. So Paul Lehner hit that 2-run homer to right in the 4th. 4-1 St. Louis, bottom of the 6th. Feller has not retired Lehner. To short, Boudreaux, to Vernon. And that will retire the side. See, it tells me what people are playing on Steam. That's how I know. The solo shot by Pretty makes it 4-1 St. Louis. So Garver giving me the fatigue warning as we start the 7th. Hagen, Feller, and Dale Mitchell here in the 7th. So Garver trying to hold on to a 3-run lead. Baseball and soccer like having a good caviar with your Dom Perignon. Yeah, but you shouldn't eat them on premium saltines. Pitch to Hegan is a fly ball to right. Kokos, 1 out. A web jam! How about that? A diving, tumbling catch to save a double, 1 out. Why is it best to have Eggs Benedict on a hubcap? I'm afraid to ask. I'll have to settle for Newcastle. Because there's no place like Chrome for the hollandaise. No matter how bad the pun is. High five him, Tribe fan. That's right out of your thing. Feller's 1 for 2. Going to be 2 for 3. Punches that one in the left for a single. So Dale Mitchell 1 for 2 with a walk. No, but the only place you'll ever hear it's here. So 27 batters deep for Garver, 101 pitches. 6 in the 3rd innings, 5 hits, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So the bases aren't loaded yet, but Lorenzo's going to try to be. Pitch to Mitchell. Here's a ground ball base hit right side. And so Feller moves to 3rd, and Mitchell rolled an ankle. And Ricky says, Feller looking back at the dugout saying, why have I got to do everything here? It's true. Here's Doby. Larry is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. 1 out. 2021 schedule for the National Hockey League as an Oreo Blizzard dessert. Isn't that a terrible logo? I'm telling you, that was one of those big ceramic things that was at the stadium in Cleveland. That would have caused nightmares. Imagine being half asleep in 1940 in the late 40s. Is that a cigar in his mouth? No, that's his hair. That's his ponytail. Pitch to Doby, and it's ball 4. I'm going to look in the bullpen here. It's kind of like opening up the fridge after you've been gone for a week. It's going to smell. Well, I could use Tom Ferrick. That's about my best choice. Let's take a trip to the mound, shall we? Garver says, it's my game. I'm strong. So, inept St. Louis Manager of the Week goes back to the dugout. 4-1 Browns. Feller on third, Mitchell on second, Doby on first. And Boudreaux at the plate. He's 0 for 3. Garver and Lawler now have a word. And there's a ground ball base hit right side. Feller will score. Mitchell to third. Doby to second. Boudreaux at first. And it's 4-2. And there's hope for the Indians yet. Gordon is 1 for 2. With a walk and a double. And a run scored. Stalin worse than Ric Flair after being whipped into the corner. Yep. Garver deals. Into left field, it's left center field. Lehner will get it. Mitchell will tag and score without a throw. 2 out. And it's 4-3. And that'll bring up Mickey Vernon. As we were told earlier, that was Dwight Eisenhower's favorite player. Dimensions here at the ballpark. 351 to left. 379 to left center, 422 to center, 354 to right center. That's a big ballpark. And 309 and a half down the right field line, which is why left-handers love the place. 351 to left and 309 to right? Mind you, they didn't play pro football here till 1960. When the Cardinals moved down from Chicago. Pitch to Vernon is into right field. Kokos makes it, and it's stretch time. Was the designer left-handed? Probably. Most of these older stadiums, Fenway, Tiger, Wrigley, Sportsman's Park, Ebbets Field, were just built to fit within a city block or two. And so that's probably what they had to deal with. Yeah, Kevin Green passed away yesterday, 58 years old. Lawler, 2 for 2. Did we know what the cause of death was? That's young. Pitch to Lawler is a line drive to Gordon, 1 out. Eddie Pellegrini is grounded into a double play and struck out. They were built because they had to work with the city block that was there. Oh, absolutely, big clue. Absolutely. Yeah, I knew there was no cause given yesterday. Feller, the Browns' season attendance in 1949 was 270,000. The wall behind the right field stands, Captain Carl says, was just about 37 feet high. So I didn't look to see what the attendance was for this one, but we're going to figure about 5,000. Pitch to Pellegrini is a base hit into right center field. He'll hold, and now I got to determine what I'm going to do with Mr. Garver. Yet none yet today, Tribe fan says, for Kevin Green, thinking they will give some time for the family to get all the information before going public. And Brad says Dodger Stadium was the first one to go outside the city and find an open area and build there near the freeway. Then the Astrodome. Well, actually, Shea kind of goes there too. Same architect, Dodger Stadium in Shea. Who can hit a righty? Roy Sievers. All right, Janet Marie Smith, who was a designer for Camden Yards and the retro craze, paid attendance for this one 12,817. She works for the Dodgers these days. All right. So Sievers at 306, 16 homers and 91 RBI, and a genuine star for this team. 1 out. Runner on first. 4-3 St. Louis, bottom of the 7th. Got him. Checked his swing on a 3-2 changeup. So that's 3 for Feller. And that'll bring up Radar O. Eisenhower. Dillinger is 1 for 3. Feller through 27 batters, 88 pitches. 6 2/3 innings, 9 hits, the 2 homers, 1 to Pretty and 1 to Lehner, and has struck out 3. The Angels, the Los Angeles Angels, in 49 had close to 500,000. So you can see why the PCL teams could outbid the Browns for players. Yep. Feller and Dillinger looking like 2 dads at a shotgun wedding. Pitch to Dillinger is a fly ball to right. Kennedy has it for the out. So we'll make the double switch. Seaver stays in the game and will bat 9th in center field. Pitcher spot up 6th, and Tom Ferrick, who pitched for the Athletics. Should the old PCL... That's hard to say. When did they start getting major league affiliations with the minor league teams? Ferrick, 6-4, 6 saves, and a 3.88 ERA. 104 and a third innings, 102 hits, 9 homers, walked 41, struck out 34. He is 34 years old. I would say no for the PCL. You can maybe make the argument in the early part of the century, but once we started to develop true minor leagues, yeah. He's a fastball pitcher at 82. Yeah, open classification, kind of like the Mexican League. I'd say, at best they were Quad A, what you would call Quad A now, which would be kind of like the St. Louis Browns. Keltner is 0 for 1 with a walk. 4-3 St. Louis. Yeah, like the Japanese league. I would call it a 4A league. You can't tell me that the Negro Leagues were not a major league. Yeah. As anybody who played before 48. 48 was the cutoff. So Aaron did not. Did Mays? I heard something about an extra 6 homers. So yeah, most leagues from 20 to 48. Yep. Pitch to Keltner. Ball 4 for Ferret. Thurman Tucker is going to pinch run at first. I think they're going to count him from 20 to 48. I mean, it's for Oscar Charlton and Josh Gibson and Satchel Paige. Thurman Tucker There's a happy-looking guy. Joe E. will pinch run here. StatHeads has done a lot of the research for the Negro Leagues. And the exhibition games, the barnstorming games won't count. It's the actual Negro National League. But yes, news resources and the stat research. Yep, seamheads.com. Mike Lynch is pretty proud of that. Pitch to Kennedy, who's 0 for 3. Farrah got him. He swung on and missed a 2-2 fastball. Mr. Gardner's playing SSG basketball. Jim Egan is 0 for 3. St. Louis trying to hang on for an opening day win. There's a base hit left center field. Severs will pick it up. He's a 6 and a 7 out there. 1 out for Feller. You know, that look on Feller's face was like mine at 6:45 this morning. Because I went to have a bowl of cereal and my milk went bad. Not making that up. Feller's 2 for 3. He singled twice and scored. And yep, Ricky, he does have to do it all himself. Pitch to Feller. Struck him out. He got him on an 0-2 fastball looking. And absolutely, you can thank Teddy Williams, Teddy Ballgame, for finally getting in the Hall of Fame to let the Negro Leaguers into Cooperstown. In fact, when Williams was inducted in '66, he took most of his speech to make that case. Yeah, plenty of major league talent, but hard to determine stats. Again, that's kind of like the Japanese thing. Not their fault that the league was more limited than the big leagues by race. Yep, you can make an argument either way, I suppose. Runners on the corners, Tucker and Hagan. Mitchell is 2 for 3. Singled twice, walked, and scored. Yep. The night before Christmas Eve. And you're watching a baseball game from 72 years ago. Pitch to Mitchell. There's a fly ball, shallow right center. Severs comes in and makes a great play. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still looking good for St. Louis. No runs, a hit. They leave a couple on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 4-3 Browns. So Zarella is 0 for 3. Feller's pitch. Popped up left side. Berardino now at third. Makes the catch. He's a 3 out there. 1 out. But if it allows more players to be better known, I'm okay for it. I think players like Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson should have more recognition. I'm not sure what the leaderboards would say. Buck O'Neil, who did so much after his playing career and was a big part of why the Negro Leagues Museum and Hall of Fame was built in Kansas City. And no, if you're hearing about this on a Fortnite stream, you're hearing some Perry Como music in the background. Yep. Single season boards are a very different story. Absolutely. Pitch to Pretty, who had a solo shot. He's 1 for 3. Ground ball to Gordon. Over to Vernon for the out. Jack Graham, who we think that's a San Diego-us. 1 for 3. He singled and scored. It'll be Doby, Boudreaux, and Gordon in the 9th. And it probably will be Farrick to pitch. Feller deals. There's a base hit left center field. Graham will round first and hold. 10th hit for the Browns. 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. And they've left 3 on. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Cleveland. They've left 10 on. And yes, I agree with that big clue that the 1871 through 75 National Association is also should be considered a major league. Dick Kokos is 1 for 3. He has doubled, struck out, driven in a run, and scored. Base hit down the line and right. Kennedy will pick it up. Graham will round third. It's a 50-50 chance, and they're not going to take it. So the double, and that will bring up a pinch hitter because St. Louis is going to want these insurance runs. So again, who can hit the right-hander? Les Moss. Les at 291, 10 homers, and 39 RBI. They do count the 1914 Federal League, which was a notch off the American and National League. In fact, the league folded in the middle of the 15 season, didn't it? Wasn't 14 the only full season? So Graham on third. Coco sent second. St. Louis trying to get some insurance. They lead 4-3. They won't get it. Up the middle, Boudreau has it by the bag at second over to first, and that will retire the side. So, no runs, 2 hits, and the Browns leave on 2. We go to the ninth, 4-3. Both seasons were played through. 18 was a war-shortened season. Red Sox won the World Series on Labor Day. And 1919 was a war-shortened season. You sure that wasn't for the flu? Or just not enough players had come home? The lefty Bill Kennedy coming in. Nice hat. Oh, for the war. Okay. Kennedy, 28 years old, 48 games. He started 16, an ERA of 4.69, 4-11 with a save, 153 and 2/3 innings, 172 hits. He walked 73 and struck out 69. Fastball pitcher at 86. Yep, slider 916. This is indeed the new version of the game. Released last night. So Doby, Boudreau, and Gordon for Cleveland here in the ninth. Baseball played 100-plus games for the 2 World Wars and Spanish flu. Yep. Be curious to see what we're going to do this year for a season. Pitch to Doby is a ground ball foul, first base side. Two and two the count. I think they'll try. Popped up. Lawler to the screen. Foul ball. Count stays at 2 and 2. They're not really. This is the third game we've played with it on the stream since last night. You can see the ball now constantly. Yeah, I've been told that the NL will not have a DH next year. And that's the last year of the current CBA, 2021. You'd think that they would just kind of roll into one. 2 and 2 the count. Popped up center field. Seavers, 1 out. So the manager's up, Lou Boudreau. He has singled and driven in a run. He's 1 for 4. We'll have the complete day in baseball after the game. Ground ball to Pretty. Over to Graham. 2 out. Yeah, the last labor stoppage was in the summer of '94. Yeah, let's keep it that way. So the Indians' last hope on opening day is Joe Gordon. He is 1 for 3. A double. He drove in a run and walked and scored. That picture of Bill Kennedy looks like something taken with a flash on his way back to the dugout. So the Browns are 1 out away from being in first place. Base hit left center field. Zarella will throw it back in. A 2-out single for Mickey Vernon. All right, let's not get into it, guys. And the strike was announced, the Reds were only a half game ahead of the Astros, and Bagwell was coming off the DL that week. Yep. Vernon 1 for 3. Kennedy trying to slam the door. 2 out. Top the ninth. 4-3 Browns. Pitch to Vernon. Here's a base hit in the right center field. Gordon will round third and hold. Exposed Indians fans may play tiny violins for everybody. The owners and players cost Major League Baseball a 100-game season last year. Here's Johnny Berardino. 198. No homers and 13 RBI. We look. We ask. He's very strong. Okay. Yeah, the Expos were winning the NL East, and Alu had no lefties in the bullpen. I'm imbibing? No. Got some Gatorade. Lorenzo's not at the French Laundry. Gordon on third. Vernon the go-ahead run on second. Pitch to Berardino. Ground ball to third. Dillinger over to Graham, and the St. Louis Browns are in first place. Hold the moving trucks, Baltimore. You're not getting them yet. The Browns win 4-3. So 4 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. Cleveland, 3 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. And Tribe Fan is sending me email messages never to play the Indians again. Browns get it done. Yeah, how about that? You got your upset. So Ned Garver, the Christmas baby, 7 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 5 and struck out 3. Ferret gets a hold. Imagine looking in 1949, what's a hold? That's what you do with your girlfriend on a Friday night. Okay. Kennedy gets the save. An inning, 2 hits. Feller goes the distance and loses the ball game. 8 innings, 11 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, the 2 homers, Pretty and Lehner. And Lehner, by the way, is going to get your digital dice player of the game. His 2-run shot in the 4th. He struck out 3, and in non-1949 fashion, he didn't walk anybody. So, as we go to B, let's play the rest of the day in baseball. This April 19th, 1949. All right, we start with a double header in Boston. And the Phillies swept them. 5-0 in the first one. Kurt Simmons goes to 0-1. Warren Spahn lost that one. Wake is 3 for 4 with a double. And in the nightcap, the Phillies win 7-5. Meyer gets the win. Vern Bickford the loss. And Granny Hamner 2 for 4 with a triple. Well, you can catch the Red Sox all you want if they don't win. The A's beat them 4-3. Harris with a win 1-0. Johnson with a loss 0-1. Elmer Vallow, his first of the year, and also drew a walk. Yankees beat the Senators 8-2. Lopat with a win. Hudson with a loss. And Lopat helped out his own cause. 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. Hal Newhouser throws a 3-hitter. And the Tigers beat the White Sox 6-2. Gettle with a loss. Hoot Evers with a homer. Cincinnati 4, the Cardinals 3. Ken Raffensperger with a win. And Harry the Cat Burkeen takes a loss. Enos Slaughter a home run. The Giants beat the Dodgers 5-2 at Ebbets Field. Larry Jansen goes to 1-0. Hatton takes a loss. He goes to 0-1. And Kerr goes 4 for 4 with a homer and a double. At Wrigley in 12 innings, the Pirates beat the Cubs 6-5. Gregg with the win, he's 1-0. Chipman with a loss, he's 0-1. And Ralph Kiner goes 3 for 5, hits a homer, drives in 2, and gets a $25 gift certificate to the Yahoo Steakhouse in Manhattan. All right, so glad to be back. Merry Christmas. We'll do something Christmas night for you, gang. Until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Oh, let me tell you the other games we got coming up. When we be back, I think Saturday we'll do some games. Did I pick one for the 20th? Yes. So our next game will be Saturday at noon. Noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Saturday, the Red Sox and the Athletics from Connie Mack Stadium in Philadelphia. Sunday, our game will be Brooklyn and Philadelphia. We might do a doubleheader. And the Yankees and the Red Sox again. So, there you go. Have fun. And, the cat walked down the screen. Hopefully it didn't shut me off. Nope, still talking. All right, enjoy. We'll talk to you Christmas night with something. Good night, everybody. Merry Christmas.